And I can't say we're live because I'm not sure where Jen is, but I'm sure they will be coming soon-ish. How's everybody doing? It is finally less crazy in my neck of the woods. A little less insanely hot, so I will take that. I was gonna make shawarma wraps. And hey Snazzy, hey person, hey Jen. So I was gonna
Hey,
make shawarma wraps. And I ordered pita bread. And this is what they gave me. I
that's not
don't
a
know
thing.
why they I don't know why they would think that this is pita bread. Like it clearly says naan. I mean, they're both flat breads, but I don't know. Snazzy is
I don't
painting
know.
flowers and listening to Duma by Stephen King.
Okay.
Hey Paco.
Hey, Paco.
And Snazzy just ordered shawarma. Because shawarma is delicious. Why
It
would we
is
not eat shawarma?
exactly.
Mhm. Yes. Also, they asked me to make 60 little mini croissant sandwiches, chicken salad for the ladies' tea, and probably should have asked for less. So I have chicken salad sandwich for days.
There you go.
Hmm.
I had ice cream.
Yeah. Okay, ice cream is good. Hmm. Yep, I saw a post from a lady who's talking about how she always does ice cream sandwich cakes for her kids because then she doesn't have to cut everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, just little candles in all the ice cream bars.
Whatever it
Hmm.
takes.
Yep.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, hey, how's it going? So yeah, bless you.
Phew. Thanks.
Blessings be upon you and upon your household and upon the cat that is surely the source of these allergies, etc., etc.
I think that was just an itch in my nose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Somebody told me to put little diced apples in my chicken salad, and it's shockingly good. Little Granny Spliff apple slices.
Hmm.
Hmm. Ooh, brisket tacos. That sounds good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Man, food is just great. I like food.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I do this couples question thing. It's called paired. And so every day they give you a question. You're each supposed to answer it. And it used to be you could discuss it. Now they've taken away the discussion portion. So you just answer the question. Anyway, I
Well, I
digress.
feel like you can still discuss it between the two of you.
I mean, theoretically, yes. The problem is that it's no longer right there to discuss in person. And so if he's not there and there's no thing in the app, then it gets mixed in with, receipts and other
Mm,
conversations.
gotcha.
So, yeah. Anyway, today's question was if you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? I did not manage to narrow that down.
No,
Mm-mm.
that's not a thing.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Oh man, ceviche, no. We don't do seafood. But that's hilarious. My brother is dating this Mexican girl, and so she took him to a family gathering kind of thing, and she knows that he doesn't do seafood. So she comes up to him. He's at the appetizer table or whatever, just going to town on this what he thinks is pico de gallo.
Uh-uh.
She tells him it's ceviche. He can't eat anymore after that. Um, so Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably not a taste thing for us, but we don't do seafood. Lynn can eat it by the spoon. There we go. There we go. Mhm. Mhm. And my husband came home yesterday with pan dulce. Mhm.
Which is
Mexican sweetbread.
oh.
Mhm. Yeah, it's the little. Let's see. See. I can share the screen thingy for a second. All of that.
Yum.
Yeah. So he got some of these. Let's see. Oh, they're going to tell us. They don't have all of them. Oh, that's the door. My husband's base is supposed to be arriving. It's an hour late. Hang on.
Go get it. I'm gonna eat this ice cream. So I just got up from a nap. I slept for like 2 hours. Brain is not yet turned on and functioning, but I'm eating ice cream. I have some Twix bars, and I'm eating them for dinner. So yeah. So I have done a few things today. A little bit of productivity, mostly nap, but a little bit of productivity. I am having to change banks because my bank, when I moved here in 2018 or 2008, rather, was it 2006? I don't remember. I can't remember. Anyway, when we moved here, got an account at this little bitty local bank, and been there ever since. And the biggest draw for me was that it was locally owned. And so they recently got bought out. And I was like, well, phooey. But it was still a local, like Middle Tennessee owned. It wasn't city, it wasn't somebody, here in town, but it was Middle Tennessee. And I was okay with that. Because like when I first came, they had literally 3 locations. But the new bank was Middle Tennessee owned. Well, the new bank got bought out again. And now it's a bigger bank. And I'm like, nope, because my debit card didn't work, and it took me over 30 minutes to get somebody on the phone to fix it. You can't call the branch anymore. You have to go into the branch if you want to actually talk to someone that's here local. What else? I had 2 or 3 other things. Anyway, so I'm like, fuck it, and I'm switching over to the credit union. So yeah. So that's what I'm doing.
Excellent. I'm
Was
about to tell my husband. It was. The box is a little bit damaged, so hopefully it's just the box. But I got the FedEx guy. He was super nice. I was like, is there an option before I sign this to say, okay, there's a little damage on the box? Like, hopefully it's just the box and the base is fine. They've packaged it right, whatever. But I would hate for them to come back at me and be like, well, you signed for it anyway. So the guy was super nice. He marked it as damaged before I signed it. The box is up here. Hopefully the base is good. We'll find out. I'm not opening his mail.
Yeah.
Hey.
Snazzy trying to finish these flower pots because started them weeks ago and lost interest, but the plants need to size up and these need to be done. I get that.
Okay. Husband has been notified. Yeah. Trix is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what's everybody reading? Well, I guess Nazzie's working on the flower pots, but
Yeah, Snazzy's painting flower pots.
mm-hmm.
I am reading A Sky Beyond the Storm because I haven't read any of it in a couple of days.
Is that number 4 on the Saboteur?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to finish it.
Mm-hmm. How long is your group buddy read going?
Oh, of the series?
Yes.
I missed it. It ended last week.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was 1 week per book. And The Curse of Roses took so long that I didn't get Saboteur read.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Very.
Well, that's kind of ironic because when you started the series, you had to slow yourself down from just devouring the whole series so that you could keep pace with them. But presumably it is still good now.
Oh, yeah. Courtney is reading The Wings Upon Her Back. I've never heard of that.
Me neither. By Samantha Mills. Loyal warrior in a crisis of faith must fight to regain her place and begin her life again while questioning the events of her past. A gripping science fantasy novel from a Nebula and Locus Award-winning debut author. Well, I hope it is good. Person is reading Head Over Heels by Hannah Orenstein. Okay. Want to try to read more romances. I have never been much for the romance genre. I usually like it as a subplot. But I did read Yours Finally, which debuts today, if it's your thing. Somebody on Instagram led me to believe that it was, or said something that led me to believe that it was a ginger-bearded Hispanic main character. I was like, I never see that kind of representation. I'm, of course, married to a ginger-bearded Mexican fellow. So, no, the Latino representation comes from the lady, and the dude is a Scottish red-bearded fellow.
Very useful.
So, but
hey,
you know, the book was cute. So, for what that's worth, I hope you enjoy your Head Over Heels. Hope you and Greg are doing well, Alicia. If you feel like popping in on screen when you get home, feel free. But if you are just in the middle of a bunch of other things, no worries. Life imitating the pages.
Right.
Yeah, we like all of our drama, though, to stay in the book. We'd like to live in precedented times.
No doubt.
It's not how that's working, but that's what I would like.
Right.
Yep. Your new clip art is cute, by the way.
Oh, my books?
Your books. Yeah,
I got them off of Etsy. I found an artist on
Yay.
Etsy that, and there's like 15 of them. So I can
Nice.
have a little variety in amongst the look.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like the look. I think it's very clean and very it's very attractive, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very clean looking.
Yes,
And I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Hey,
yes,
Kiana.
indeed. Hey, how's it going?
So,
I'm
yeah,
over here pretending.
book.
Excellent.
Did you
Fun
see
when you
that
try
I
to...
did? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, did you see that I did a new header and everything on my channel?
Mm-mm.
Well, go look. Ta-da!
All right. There we go. Let's see. I can't open that new tab and make it look. Let's see. Will it let me? Nope. Okay. It will not let me go bigger than that. But anyway, I was trying to see. Yeah. I think that's... No, it's not quite. It's got the similar style, but it's different colors.
Yep.
I like that. That's very nice. Very nice. Yay.
Yeah. It's the same style. Like I said, there's let me look. Let me pictures. Where are they? Stack of books. There's 16 of them. And they're all, stack of books, but they're all slightly different. So different colors, different number of books, different sizes of books, things like that. So I can shift them around.
Wonderful.
So Kiana is waiting for awards. Is this for the dance or for something else?
It seems like a fair guess. Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Audrey.
Well, good. My library system has finally gotten up enough that they can accept requests again.
Excellent.
So they own the second copy of this book, or the second book in this series.
Right.
And I have a Link Plus copy in my hand here because they don't have the first copy, or the first book.
Oh, that figures.
So I went in, a couple of months ago and asked, hey, can y'all order one of these? And they were like, well, our system's down and we can't process any new orders. I'm like, oh. But they have now processed a request at least, even if they haven't ordered it. They're at nationals. That's exciting. Well, best of luck to you all. And hello, Haley. Welcome. Don't mind me. I just like to eat around here.
Right.
Yeah. In addition to talking about food, I also eat it.
We also consume it.
Much like books, we talk about books, we consume the books.
It's just what we do.
Audrey just finished eating supper and was watching your Why Read Diversely video. Jen?
Ooh. That's an old one. That's an old one.
Audrey says, as you can tell, 4 months behind. Hey, that's all right.
I'm sitting here thinking, when did I make that? That was February.
But that's all right, Audrey. At least you stick with it. If I get behind, I just be like, guess I'm not going to see everything. I miss something super important, Jen will let me know.
Wait, what are we doing?
Well, I was saying that Audrey's so good because, you know, they're actually going through this stuff, whereas I just be like, hey, I'm behind. Oh, well, moving on.
Right.
You'll tell me if I missed something important. But Audrey's getting through the watch list later as she's sewing. Don't like to listen to audiobooks? Listen to booktube videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my problem. I do like to listen to audiobooks.
I do too. I didn't used to listen to as many, but I've really gotten into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those of you who follow along on my Instagram may know that I have started rereading the Lily Adler series in audiobook. And I'm like, oh, yes, I forgot about that dynamic. That little detail. But the new Countess of Harley comes out in audiobook today.
Oh, wait,
Art
today?
Lover's Guide. The book has already come out. The audiobook.
Oh, the audiobook. Sorry, I'm reading a thread that I think you should read because it's by a woman whose mother homeschooled them. So anyway, I'm going to stop reading that and I'm going to pay attention to you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Homeschooling is an interesting practice because it can go really well. I have a set of cousins. The third one just graduated. He's doing a huge hike through France this week with his dad. I don't remember which trail it is, but it's a massive historic trail. He has just graduated high school with his AA degree. His parents have worked with him and his two older sisters to make sure that when they graduate from high school, they also have their AA. So they're ready for, just a couple of years of full college to minimize the pressure and all of that. So
and cost and all of that stuff.
Right. His sister has just graduated nursing school. She's living at home, working at a good job, paying off all the student loans and whatnot. So, for them, it's been amazing. It's been a fantastic experience. Their mom is a special ed teacher. Just really well suited to all of this. It's been great for them. Another lady this last week whose experience was a little closer to mine.
This person indicates that her schoolwork consisted of copying the Bible by hand and 8 pages of Ray's arithmetic per day. I could calculate interest by hand. I could convert weights and measures from imperial to metric to troy to avoirdupois to apothecary systems. I knew the exact measurements of an acre and a bushel and a peck.
That is impressive. I am quite certain there's some other useful things that were not gathered in there, but
no science at all, interestingly.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah,
good times had by everybody.
Not everybody, but I cleaned my office today.
Oh, good.
Yep. No, go ahead, Audrey. I am firmly in the anti-homeschooling camp. Christine and I have talked about it many times. I am firmly anti-homeschooling.
I think I think some of the better of the charter schools can be really helpful because some of the kids get the flexibility when in certain classroom sizes, kids are getting lost, and they're not necessarily exactly at the same pace as everybody else. But with some of these charter schools, you're still meeting with a quote real teacher every week or two to make sure that you're still
anti-charter school because I feel like tax dollars belong in public schools. I don't think they belong in private religious schools. So,
well, it doesn't have to be a private religious school. It can just be a plain private school. And the thing is, we don't really have necessarily just public schools where the public decides what's taught. What we really have sometimes is government schools.
Government's
Where the
still the
government,
public.
to some extent, yes, but it's also reasonable for people to say, like, I don't necessarily agree with my government wholesale. I want to teach my children, the critical things that they need, but also a little bit
If you
of.
want your kid to go to a private school, fucking pay for it yourself. Public school dollars belong in public school classrooms.
But the public school dollars are still coming from your tax dollars.
And they belong in public schools. They do not belong in private schools. If you want your kid to go to a special school, you pay for it yourself.
Well, you are paying for it yourself if there's a certain amount of your tax dollars that go per child. If your child is not opting into the school system should not have your children's dollars. There should be money attached to.
Let's see. All right. Trying to find a number.
Audrey asks if you're angry typing.
No, I try not to get angry today. Today's not an angry day.
Okay.
I don't want to be angry.
Public schools can suck for a number of reasons. Charter schools can suck for a number of reasons. All of the options can suck for a number of reasons.
For a number of reasons, yes.
And if it's good, if there's something that if it's not working well and there's something that the parent can do to make it a better place, then that's wonderful. But if their particular public school system is so broken that it's not going to be a good learning experience for their child, I think they should have the option to say, like, hey, at this point, there's nothing I can do to make it a better situation
at their own experience, at their own expense.
But they've already given enough of their expense
because
towards
you
their
don't use
kids.
the library, you shouldn't have to pay taxes for it, is what I'm hearing you saying.
No, not at all. I'm saying that there's an allotted amount of money for each child to get a good education. And if the parent doesn't believe that the system is utilizing their tax dollars well, they should be able to take those to a place that will give their child a better education. That means that the school system.
If you don't like drag story hour at the library, you should be able to take your tax dollars elsewhere, is what you're saying?
No, but you just keep interrupting me and not letting me finish.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You're exactly right. That is what I did.
Yes. I understand you feel strongly about it. We can move on, but I think that there are multiple sides to it. It doesn't always end up being I don't agree with the politics here. Sometimes it's just not a good situation. I have a cousin, for instance, who's on the spectrum, and the classroom just wasn't a good situation for him. And so, his family is schooling him at their own expense. But if the school cannot adapt to the child's needs, then sometimes it's helpful for the child to exit the situation where they may even be a distraction from the thing, and they can get a good education over here, and their classmates can get a good education here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there can be plenty of
public money still needs to go to public schools. Public money does not belong to be funding private schools.
See, I think that if we want all of the children to be educated, there's a certain tax dollar amount that goes towards each child, and that can go in the public schools if the public schools will utilize it well. But if there's a situation where it's not being utilized well, then the parent shouldn't expect their child to just be the one who is stuck because they don't have rich people money. Anyway, we're almost.
He doesn't drive, but his money still goes to roads.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the argument, is if you don't like the way the school is using money, you don't think you should have to give it your money. So if you don't like the fact that the library has drag queen story hours, should you be able to pull your tax funding from the library, your personal tax money?
Well, Paco says the tax dollars isn't for the child, it's for the schools, but the whole point of the whole paying for the schools is we want this for our children.
Mm-hmm. here again, you feel like if the school isn't doing what you want it to do for your child, you should be able to take your personal tax money and put it into a private school for your child. Am I correct? Am I reading what you're saying correctly? Okay. So because you don't like Drag Queen Story Hour at the library, should you be able to pull your funding from the library?
That seems like a different situation because it's
really.
not about not
It's
liking the drag
programming that
queens.
you don't like. It's programming at the library on public funding that you don't like.
Well, at the library, I can request certain things be ordered for my personal consumption or whatever. I can't argue what other people are or are not allowed to consume, but I can say this is what I would like.
That's what the school board is for.
Yeah, we all know that sometimes that goes well and sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, I think that it shouldn't just be the rich folks that have choices in how they educate their children. But we will not be coming to an agreement on that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Moving on.
We might come to an agreement on Sprint since we are at the half-hour mark.
That is
Maybe.
a possibility.
Possibly, potentially. So why is this not expanding? I don't need that staying. There we go. There we go.
Is this the one with the attack of the seagulls at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that driving you nuts?
No, I just wanted to know.
Oh,
so that I prepared for it.
Okay, yes. Seagull Alarm Ambiance Ocean version. So we will take our little 45-minute reading break. I hope everybody has their book or to-do list nearby. And I'll see y'all in 45 minutes. Happy reading. Well, how did everybody do?
I am on page 124.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
We have Zulkarnian. Is that how I pronounce that? Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you.
Yep. Book reading is free. There's no charge for it, but we don't just allow anyone on the StreamYard. There's no like, yeah.
You are welcome to come and join us in comments anytime.
Yes. Join us, chat, read, etc. That.
CC. Yep.
Yes. Courtney got interrupted. Gonna go get dinner ready and watch TV. Hi, Amy.
Hey.
And Paco is listening to The Poisons We Drink, which I'm going to start after I finish Sabati here.
Excellent. Excellent.
It took me a week to read that one book, and I think that's thrown off my month.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get there.
Well, not completely. I've only got 2 books left after this. Never Saw Me Coming in The Poisons We Drink. So I may be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Person's back, had dinner.
I hope dinner was good. I have inspected my husband's base, and I am not an expert, but I don't see any major issues with it.
Excellent.
I took a little Marco Polo of it so he could see, since he's the expert. I mean, not that my camera is great, but, he can at least see that it's not in 1,500 pieces.
Right.
Right. Yes. Snazzy's still eating so much food and only has an hour and a half left of Dumaki.
Ooh, excellent.
We have food. We have audiobook. What could be better?
Audrey is halfway done with cutting padding.
Well, I hope that's not too tedious and you're enjoying catching up on your YouTube videos. Lynn did not read, barely worked, randomly got up to clean the drain in the bathtub. Hey, sometimes we're most productive when we don't want to do a thing.
This is true.
Paco wants to know if you saw what Princess said about the magical readathon.
About it being shifted to September? Yes. Yes, I did see that. I saw it in the chat.
I assume that is what was said, Audrey. I don't know.
Yeah, Audrey, if you check Princess's Discord chat, she posted a screenshot from the Magical Readathon Discord that the autumn equinox has been moved to September rather than August.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
There we go. There we go. Person wants to know about the Magical Readathon.
Oh my. Well, it's a readathon and it's magical.
You're helpful.
I know. Okay, so the Magical Readathon happens twice a year. It happens in April and usually August. I'm gonna find a link. Hang on. I'm gonna find the link to August, and you can look at August, and it'll tell you more about it. It's school themed, and you sign up for a course of study, and each class is represented by a reading prompt, and you pick a book according to each class. So all right. is this? Hang on a minute. Yes, here we go. All right. Christine, I'm going to put a link in the private chat over here. If you would share that, that is the April announcement post. There you go. So check that out, person. Check out that link. That was the April announcement post. So it'll give you some ideas. There are links in the description. It is easier than it looks because it comes across very complicated at first. But when you sit down into it and you figure out what you're doing, it's just a lot of making choices. So it's not as complicated as it looks. It's actually a lot of fun. So, and it, like I said, it happens every year, twice a year, usually April and August. But this year, apparently, instead of doing it in August, they're doing it in September. So, yeah.
There we go. Amy is hoping to finish The Way of Edan. Only got 125 pages left, but I keep finding distractions, like a new series. What a terrible problem to have.
Right? Golly.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Whatever shall you do? I'm trying to decide if I should be asking the grocery store for a refund on this naan because I ordered pita bread, not naan. This is very much not what I ordered, but I still love naan. So I have as yet not asked for a refund because...
I mean, at this point, you're eating it, so I don't think it's fair to ask for a refund.
Yeah, that's true. They gave me 3 packages of it. I've only opened 1 so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Excuse me. Don't know where that came from. Naan bread is good, especially garlic.
If I was going to order naan, I would have ordered the garlic stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did order garlic naan and didn't get any of it. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I have plain naan, so it's not terrible. I told myself I was just having, one little snippet of it.
Yeah.
Snazzy was supposed to get little pastries with dinner, but they sent cookies instead. Gonna call it a wash. I got some kind of Amazon package. Amy took the naan and made a feta and bacon pizza, which sounds delicious. Ooh, did you get book mail? Would you like to show us your book mail? Okay.
Scissors that. I ordered this book from a bookstore called Sista Sci-Fi, which is a Black-owned science fiction and fantasy bookstore. This is the second book that I've ordered from them. My only complaint is that their shipping is really fucking slow. Like, it's been 3 weeks since I ordered this book. Ta-da!
Yay!
Wait for it.
A pretty cover.
It's signed!
Oh,
yay! So this book, it says here, 12-year-old Robbie Stevens Jr. is sentenced to 6 months at the Gracetown School for Boys for kicking the son of the largest landowner in town in defense of his older sister, Gloria. This is dated June 1950, by the way.
Okay.
So begins Robbie's journey further into the terrors of the Jim Crow South and the very real horror of the school they call the reformatory. Robbie has a talent for seeing ghosts or haints, but what was once a comfort to him after the loss of his mother has become a window into the truth of what happens at the reformatory. Boys forced to work to remediate their so-called crimes have gone missing, but the haints Robbie sees hint at worse things. Through his friends Redbone and Blue, Robbie is learning not just the rules, but how to survive. Meanwhile, Gloria is rallying every family member and connection in Florida to find a way to get Robbie out before it's too late. This is historical fiction, but it's based on a real place, the Dozier School for Boys, which, according to what I'm looking at here, hang on a second. She has a great uncle who died at that school in 1937 when he was 15. Yeah. So. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, Sista Sci-Fi, which is Sista SISTAH Sci-Fi .com. They're out of Oakland. And like I said, they are a Black-owned fantasy and sci-fi bookstore. Hey, Princess. We are talking about my book that I just got.
Hold it up one more time so Princess can see.
Yes. It's a signed copy. I'm very excited.
Yay.
I'm very much looking forward to reading it. I want to read this next month, and I also want to read Mirrored Heavens next month because I haven't read that yet either.
There we go.
So yeah, that is the thing.
Excellent. Excellent.
So yeah.
Yep. Audrey's going to finish cutting this padding and pick up Honey Witch after, starting part 2. Hoping to finish this evening in one go. And apparently Princess's wife is here.
Yes.
Don't tell Princess's husband.
Princess's husband knows. And yes, Princess, Tananarive is a fantastic author. I read, fuck was the name of that book? The Good House. I picked that up at random, and oh my God, it was so good. So good. I couldn't put it down. And so now the Reformatory, I'm very excited about it. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, Mike knows.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, that is a thing.
My husband has come home and is playing the bass, so I think he's not terribly disappointed with it.
Good. I'm glad it's not damaged.
Guess we have to wait and see until he's done playing with it, but
as he said, back to painting. I'm gonna finish this last spot if it kills me.
Hopefully it will not come to that.
Hopefully not.
Ooh, what kind of food you making, Princess?
Ooh.
What kind of food you making?
Okay, let's put that there and that there and this somewhere.
Somewhere.
Shredded
Shredded chicken quesadilla tacos.
Ooh, yum.
How do you have quesadilla tacos? Do you make a quesadilla and that becomes a taco shell, or what's? I need to know more about this. I'm trying to figure it out. Tell me. You must tell me.
Da, 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 da. Pioneer Woman offers taco quesadillas. Place a smear butter in the bottom, place a tortilla in the skillet, top with a generous amount of cheese, sprinkle with beef, place the other tortilla on top, let it cook, flip it, slice them in half, top with lettuce and pico, and okay.
That sounds like a quesadilla.
But I think it's done with a corn tortilla.
Yeah, quesadillas can be done with corn tortillas.
Mm-hmm. I like quesadillas were done with flour tortillas.
I'm pretty sure as long as you've got tortilla and cheese, it's quesadilla. We make quesadillas with corn tortillas all the time.
I don't know. How do you make them, Princess? What's the secret? Share with us. So you fry the tortilla with cheese as a regular taco. So basically a quesadilla. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I have a bug in here and it's driving me bonkers.
Then open it and add taco stuff like meat and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have never heard that called a quesadilla taco. We just do that all the time. Like you make your quesadilla, you put your meat in extra and make it a higher protein quesadilla.
Apparently,
Okay.
that is a quesadilla taco. Today, you have learned a thing.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, I can confirm that does tend to be delicious. And also excellent if you've got leftover meat and
I want a taco.
Not quite sure what to do for dinner. But quesadillas are as fried.
I think she means aren't as fried. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you frying the tortilla both sides and then making a quesadilla, so it's yes, does mean aren't. Quesadillas
Okay,
aren't as fried. Okay. So you're frying it in a little bit of oil and then stuffing it. Okay, I guess I wouldn't think of my tacos necessarily as always being fried. Okay. I think I'm with you now. Well, I hope it's delicious. Hope it is delicious. It's fine, Princess. English is a challenge.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Even English doesn't know what it wants to be doing. Have y'all seen those conversations in threads about whether or not it's appropriate to leave a 3-star review or lower of an ARC?
That is such garbage. I'm sorry. Rate it as it deserves to be rated.
I mean, I also agree, but people are out here saying like you're not allowed to do it or you have to hold your reviews.
I know. With their full chest, they're saying that shit.
Uh-huh. And like, how dare somebody else do it? And apparently some of the people who are directly contacting their ARC reviewers are like requesting this in writing.
Yeah, it's total bullshit.
Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand. But people are having all these things. I saw a thread earlier today asking if it's okay to leave, if people leave negative reviews when they don't like a NetGalley book. Well, yeah, I understand you might think that the author might be sensitive for their first reviews being negative, but like presumably this is going to the publisher,
Yeah.
not the author.
Mm-hmm. And reviews are not for authors anyway.
And
Reviews
if
are
it's
for
got a
readers.
problem, like let them know before they print them all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Reviews should be honest.
Yeah. So it's
And yeah. Paco says LeVar Burton is from his hometown. I did not know that. That's exciting.
Well, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
I heard LeVar Burton was getting a new show.
Yeah, let me...
Like a Trivial Pursuit or something?
Yeah, Trivial Pursuit.
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be in Reading Rainbow, but I'm glad he's gotten something that's hopefully fun and interesting.
Officially locked in the deal to host and executive produce the revived version of the game show for the CW.
Cool.
At the time we were told, the TMZ broke the story in 2023, blah, blah, blah. We were told the venture came together when Hasbro, the toy company that owned the rights to Trivial Pursuit, brought LeVar Burton into the mix as a potential host after he got snubbed by Sony for the Jeopardy job.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Paco says there are some that say that a book shouldn't be less than 3 stars because an author worked hard. That's not how that works.
Mm-mm. Sorry, if your book doesn't deserve 3 stars, your book's not getting 3 stars. And they will also try to tell you that if you DNF'd it, you shouldn't review it.
Yeah, if your book wasn't good enough to keep people going, like DNFing is fine. Be like, I mean, if you say, I read this book and it was terrible, that's different than saying, hey, I read to this point and DNF'd. Like, be honest about the fact that you DNF'd it.
Exactly.
If the person reading your review thinks you shouldn't have the right to review it because you didn't finish, they are more than welcome to finish reading it for you.
Exactly.
And then post their own review, admitting how terrible it was and that you were right and they shouldn't have wasted their time. Yeah.
There.
But yes, just because somebody worked hard on it doesn't mean that the finished product is good.
Right.
Unfortunately.
I've worked hard on a lot of things and they've turned out shitty, so.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I read something, I don't even remember where, about some lady who worked really hard on some pastries, but she put salt instead of sugar in it.
Oops.
And yeah, and it didn't go well. She didn't get a 3-star for it.
No. You don't just get a participation trophy, Boomer.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I hope the new show will be good.
I think that it will.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it will be quite good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, LeVar Burton will be coming back to a TV near you.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Close that. Right. Says he's with me on the participation trophy. Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Like, we should reward hard work for sure, but that doesn't mean that we're equating hard work with automatic good quality.
Exactly.
We can say, wonderful, I'm so glad you put some hard work into it. Now here are some things that you can do to improve it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Audrey. And the kids know better. The kids know.
Mm-hmm.
They know those trophies aren't worth shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a mess. You don't always win, and that's right. Exactly. You don't always win, and that's part of life.
Right. And just because you didn't win doesn't mean that you are less valuable as a person.
Right.
It just means either that wasn't your thing or you need to work harder.
Sometimes it just happens.
Kaiser's going to have to wait.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll call them back on the next sprint, which actually probably isn't that far out.
No, not really.
Mm-hmm. Snazzy's okay with participation trophies when kids are too small to understand.
Yeah. But once they get to a certain age, yeah.
Mm-hmm. After they get to a certain age, they can all have consolation books. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite new to you author this year?
Ooh, Sabitza here, definitely. She's new to
Okay.
me. I never read her before.
Okay.
Wait, no, I take it back. Hang on.
I could have sworn you had read something else of hers.
I did, but when did I read it? Hang on a minute. No, it was last year. I thought it was this year.
Okay.
It was last year. Okay, so I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Could be Sarah Hashem that wrote the Jafad Air. Oh, Snazzy, which T. Kingfisher did you get?
I've been hearing a lot of good things about T. Kingfisher.
T. Kingfisher is great. I've read several of their novels or their novellas.
Okay.
Yep, they're great.
And I like novella links because they're easier to break down than fantasy epics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Thorn Hedge. I don't know that one.
A kind-hearted toad-shaped heroine, a gentle knight, and a mission gone completely sideways.
Okay.
It's a retelling. There's a princess trapped in a tower. This isn't her story. Meet Toadling. On the day of her birth, she was stolen from her family by the fairies, but she grew up safe and loved in the warm waters of fairyland. Once an adult, though, the Fae ask a simple favor of Toadling. Return to the human world and offer a blessing of protection to a newborn child. Simple, right? But nothing with fairies is ever simple. Centuries later, a knight approaches a towering wall of brambles, and where the thorns are as thick as your arm and sharp as a sword, he's heard there's a curse here that needs breaking, but it's a curse Toadling will do anything to uphold. The tagline is not all curses should be broken.
Oh, I like that.
Interesting.
Audrey says in order to be a favorite author, I need to read multiple books from them. That makes sense.
There you go. There you go. And I just like Catherine Shellman more and more the more I read of her.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you
I
go.
still have.
Nothing wrong with that.
I still have not read her new Nightingale because
What?
it's more tension than I usually go for.
Yeah.
So it takes me a while to get myself in the right headspace to revisit it.
Yeah, I
But
get
then
that.
I'm always glad that I did. So
I get that.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Mm-hmm. All right, then what is your favorite sequel or new release from a known author?
I would.
Snazzy, meanwhile, would say David Wellington. I've only read one book, but I liked it so much I read it twice. That's a good sign.
Fair.
And Matt Dinneman started a series by him and have read 3 so far.
Hey, there you go.
Excellent. I read very little fiction written by men.
Same. I mostly read women authors.
Mm-hmm. Had a darn good reading year so far. Snazzy says last year was junk. Sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I read, let's see, The Warm Hands of Ghosts. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Arden. Let's see. I'm looking at follow-ups and things.
Yes.
Isabel Cañas. I read Vampires del Norte because I've read her before. Let's see. Got a couple of rereads. Those don't count.
Okay.
T. Kingfisher. Nomina Forna. Didn't think about that. Nomina Forna. Finished the Gilded Ones this year.
Okay.
Let's see. Kaylin Bayron, This Poison Heart, and the sequel, whose name I can't remember. I will run across it here in a minute. This Wicked Fate.
Okay.
Simone St. James. I read Murder Road this year. That just came out. Let's see. Heart of the Sun Warrior. Did that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Diane Freeman. Travis Baldry. Bookshops and Bone Dust. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't finish that one. Sabbath to Hear. Yeah, that's it. That's all the ones I've read this year. So yeah. Let me go back to that one.
Snazzy says,
tore that page off.
oops.
I'm listening now.
Snazzy reads a mix, probably more women, just so happens these were both men.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey says, A Dead Cat's Tail Assassin by P. Jelly Clark is an anticipated read. Can't wait to get it. Heard amazing things. He's an autobi author.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Paco's trying to make sure to read more BIPOC male authors.
Fair.
Audrey's going to read books 2 and 3 of the Broken Earth trilogy and the third book of the Daevabad trilogy. which are
Okay.
books I'm predicting are going to be 6 stars. All right, all right.
Oh, yeah.
We like a good
Oh,
6
yeah.
star. Snazzy seconds that. David Bad are so good. Excellent.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that
love a good
is
answer.
the City of Brass series.
Aha.
Yeah. It's the David Bad trilogy.
Yeah. Have not read, but we do love a good anticipated read. Hopefully they will flesh out as 6 stars as anticipated. I am looking forward to the Where the Library Hides coming out in November, as will surprise no one.
You're looking forward to when what comes out in November?
Where the Library Hides?
Oh, I'm so tired of hearing you talk about that. Could you stop talking about that book? No, I'm just playing.
No, I was going to say, though, that their Together We Burn book is apparently getting a new cover and a paperback paperback release in October. And apparently it has some updated content and new dual POVs stuff in it, so that's interesting.
I don't know anything about that book.
I got it at one of the McKays in Tennessee.
I didn't know anything about that book.
Yeah. Clearly I have not been doing my job.
Clearly not.
I should talk more about Isabel Ibanez's work.
Interesting. Want to read.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the list.
There you go. I'm curious to see if curious of 2 things. I'm first curious to see if the library will get paperback copies of it, and secondly, I'm curious to see if it's a limited release because it's a Barnes and Noble thing, or if it's just, hey, it's now releasing.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet. Snazzy's looking forward to the sequel to Paradise 1. It's supposed to come out in November. Pre-ordered a copy for Snazzy and for a friend. And Audrey is going to do a specific vlog for both of the trilogies and reread the ones I've read just because. All right.
Approved.
Wonderful. Sometimes if you want a guaranteed 5-star read, you go back and read a 5-star book.
Sometimes you gotta.
Uh-huh. One does what one must.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you want a 5-star, you gotta go back to one that you already know is a 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, I'm saying, this one has a 5-star. Let's just read it.
Uh-huh. Yep. I am usually not a rereader, but I went a week or so ago. I was just looking for anything to be a nice, soothing, pleasant, cozy mystery, something short storied and not anything too crazy, and I couldn't find anything, and I kept scrolling through the library, and I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just rereading Lily Adler.
Yeah. Well, that was to go to sleep to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to try those guided meditations like the ones I listen to.
I've done a couple of them, and some of them just annoy the crud out of me. Yeah, let's see. I've got a couple of them. I go back and forth between things. Usually I just I'm trying to turn my brain off, so sometimes if I read just enough of the story to be engaging, but not anything so tense that I'm like, what's going to happen? I got to keep reading?
Yeah.
Then that works well for me. That's why I would sometimes...
It's a book that you've already read.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to know, I did the late night shows for a while because they were, sort of catch up about the day, but nothing too crazy. But things are getting crazy, so maybe a little less of that for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I want my brain to, stop thinking about the day and start thinking about other things, and then I can take the earbud out and go to sleep or listen to something calming or whatever. But
yeah.
Sometimes the calming things are just boring, and sometimes the voices just do not work for me. I'm very particular about my narrator voices.
You?
Me? I picked up a book from the library the other day. whatever it was. And I listened to, the first 3 minutes of it, hated the narrator's voice, and I was like, nope, can't do.
Cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Snazzy
Well,
originally mixed.
go back. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you decided, because I know you said you started Ember in the Ashes. If you
Yeah.
decide to go back to Ember in the Ashes, the audio is really good.
It is. It is very good. Yes.
Yeah, the audio is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the books were really good as long as I was reading them. It was just the tension was a little up there.
Yeah, it's a little tense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in
And
book
I mean
4.
that's
It's
what
a little tense.
Yeah. I'm sure the tension
There's
does
some
not
shit
fully
going down in book 4. There's some shit that goes down.
Yeah, I'm sure the book does not resolve all the tension until the end of the last book, which is what a lot of people want. I'm sure that's very good writing. It's just not what I'm looking for. So you enjoy that. I'll enjoy the cozy mystery again. Snazzy, meanwhile, mixed up a weird green weeks ago and now needs to touch up the paint, and there's no way to match it.
Oh, shit.
Ooh. Might have to shelve the project for today so I don't throw it away. Okay. Yeah, shelving the project is a good plan. Then you can decide if it's worth touching up or putting some other kind of cover over it or whatever works well for you. Oh, we should do another sprint.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, oh, it's about to be 5 o'clock. We should do another sprint.
It's 7 o'clock here.
Yeah. So we shall do a little sprinty sprint. And I will see y'all in 45 minutes. I wish you the very best in figuring out what to do, Snazzy.
Yeah.
And everybody else, happy reading.
Yeah.
hello. I saved you
I'm on
from
page
the.
196.
Hey,
Oh,
Alicia, how's it
it's
going?
you. What are you
Hi. How are you? How is everybody?
doing?
I am somehow still awake, and I've been up since 3:30.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Called in insomnia is lovely.
It's something. I'm not sure lovely is the right word for that.
Not the word I'd have chosen, definitely.
It sucks.
Your shirt is pretty though. Take me
Thank
to.
you. Wonderland. It's my little brothers bought it for me. It's a Alice in Wonderland quote.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my little brothers were like, Disney. Alicia loves Disney. There we go.
They're well trained.
Yes. Well, they get their Disney love from their mom and my dad, and they're kind of just stuck with it.
Oh well, there are worse things to be stuck with.
Yes. They love going to Disney. They call it Mickey's house instead of Disney.
Okay.
We're going to
That's
Mickey's
fun.
house. I'm like, they're not really wrong. That works. Hi, everybody. What are you both reading?
I am reading the last of the Ember and the Ashes books.
Are you liking it?
Sky Beyond the Storm. Oh my God, I'm loving it.
Yay.
So good.
And I have not gotten any reading done. I keep meaning to. But
I'm in the middle of 6 books, so you're fine. You're fine. I've literally been having the slumpiest July of my life.
Oh no. That stinks.
It's just been like life is lifing. Like family was in town the first like week and a half of July. So I feel like that just messed me up a little bit.
Oh.
And then adulting, we had to buy a new bigger bed. So you know, adulting. But it's all good
Did
stuff.
you find a good one?
Yes. On sale. So even better.
Wonderful.
Beds are stupid expensive for no reason.
Right? And then you got to be like, okay, and now I need new linens for it, and it's just a whole thing.
Yeah, and a backup pair for when you're washing the pair that you have on the bed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then a flannel set for winter.
For winter. I have t-shirt sheets on it
Costco?
right now because I sweat too much.
There you go. Do you do Costco?
Like 1,000,000 degrees. We don't have a Costco. We have Sam's Club.
Oh, okay.
Sadly.
Yeah, I was going to say that Costco has some really great sheets, but that doesn't really help anybody.
I wish they would send like the same thing with IKEA. Like I tried to when I first moved here, I tried to get like those Billy bookshelves. They were like, "We won't ship here." I'm like, "You suck."
Check and see if they've changed that now because they've changed it here.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they changed it here. I can now get the Billies shipped to me.
It was so weird because literally I can drive an hour and a half and go to the physical store, but they wouldn't ship.
Yeah. But who wants to go to the physical store if you can help it?
I don't. Especially in the middle of COVID. I was like, no, I'm not leaving my house in 2020 trying to get furniture.
Nope. Now, if you get good flannel sheets that have characters on them, make sure you don't make my mistake and put them on with the deers facing upside down.
My mother had a fit. Well, we were putting the sheets on the hospital bed. And my mom was sitting on the couch watching us put the sheets on the hospital bed. And she said, "You've got them upside down." And sure enough, we had the turned upside down.
That's an easy mistake. I've done it.
Yeah.
Not with flannel sheets, but I've done it. You're just like, oh, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make a bit of difference in how comfortable they are, but they do look a certain way.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
My grandmother would say the same exact thing. That's hysterical.
Yep. But hopefully you have found good bed linens and all of the fun things, and it will be super cozy.
I've just got to wash them all. The initial wash so they don't bleed and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm sorry.
fun
That's
stuff.
terrible.
Adulting.
Yes.
It's lovely.
Hooray.
I think I saw the funniest meme of my life. It was, adulting is really realizing how much you need a Rosie from the Jetsons in your life. I was like, I know that's so hard.
True story.
And they always gave Rosie shit, and she's the best.
Oh.
So what are you
Christine,
planning
you
on
ever
reading
watched
after you
Jetsons?
finish the books by Saba Tahir?
Okay, I didn't hear you because I was asking Christine a question.
Sorry.
That's all right.
What are your plans after you read the last book in the series? What's next on the docket?
From there, I got to read The Poisons We Drink, because that's the debut-a-thon book for this month.
Excellent.
We Must Be Psychic.
So what you
I've got it right here.
There you go. Ugh.
It's so pretty.
It is. It is. I was just thinking what a pretty cover that is.
It's so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And my computer wants to restart. No.
So does mine, and I'm like, no, don't think.
No.
Poor timing.
No.
Poor timing. Mm-hmm.
I bought books today.
What kind of books? Do show.
I can grab them. They're right here.
Didn't need to make you get up. I thought maybe they were just within reach. But we do love good books around here. We must celebrate.
I have one non-bookish related thing that I got when we were there. But I figured you both would like this. I got a Funko Pop of Stitch dressed up as the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
That's cute.
That's awesome.
I picked that up. And I picked up a compilation of Jane Austen's 3 unfinished works that she was working on when she passed away.
Okay.
Because I've never
cool.
read the unfinished works. And it was only $4, so can't pass that up.
Right. Where'd you get that all at?
Books A Million.
Oh, okay.
Books A Million has, if you have one near you, they have a fantastic sales section. Like,
Ooh.
90% of their books are like $10 or less.
Oh, wow.
You just have to go to the back of the store.
Our Books A Million is tiny. We used to have a big one, but they made a move and they built a movie theater in the mall. So they made Books A Million move. And it's now like literally like a third of the size that it was.
We need to come book shopping at mine. Mine's humongous. Trader's Blade by Sebastian De Is it De Castell? I'm not sure how you.
No idea.
It's apparently you follow this group of friends that meet during a fictional wartime and their friendship spans 40 years.
Oh, wow.
So my friend really recommended it to me. But this is the main reason I went, because I picked up this pretty book.
The Spell Shop.
Ooh.
Tell me more.
It's by Sarah Beth Durst.
And
it is about a spell shop like a la Legends and Lattes. Like very cozy. They're calling it cottagecore.
Okay.
Oh.
And then if we needed another reason for me to buy it, make the pages my favorite color. But I've been buddy reading all of Sarah Beth Durst's work with my friend Roger from Rogers Reads. So we're going to buddy read this when he gets his copy.
Good.
Excellent.
But it's so pretty. I hope I like it because it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
That's lovely.
Those are the books that I bought, or Greg bought for me for our anniversary.
Oh,
Excellent.
And then I bought him
This
video
is-
games. So
yay, video games.
This is ideal. You have figured out
Books and video
how to crack the code. Mhm.
He
Books
can
and
play
video
video
games
games
always
while you read.
Yes.
Yep, approved.
Hooray! Snazzy has figured out the touch-ups enough to not be bothered. Just have to finish the outline of the teeth, and his little Trex hands look stupid, but 94% in Duma Key. That sounds like a win.
Well, who's Duma Key by? That name sounds so
Stephen
familiar.
King.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
And Andre is done with the fabric, just counting the pieces to see how much more padding is needing to be purchased. We'll
Mhm.
read after. And
Got some highs for Alicia.
yeah,
Hi,
on the happy
everybody.
anniversary.
Thank you. Can't believe we've been stuck with each other for 2 years. Time
It's a good
flies.
start.
Just damn.
Time flies.
The earth are arena and man are
Ugh.
prey.
Hang on.
Everybody laughs at me. They're like, he really must like you. He stuck with you for 2 years. I'm like, yeah. And crazy family.
All right. What?
Well,
How
that's
are you
good. It's
today,
important.
Christine? Because we stopped at Bucky's and I got their beef burrito.
Ooh.
So good. I was a little nervous because Bucky's and burrito. I was like,
Right.
but it was really good.
Nowhere else would we say it's acceptable to eat gas station food. Everywhere else we would shy away, but that's like good
Everywhere
stuff.
else, well, you will end up sick for days.
Yeah. Were they chopping the meat while you were in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love when they just call out whatever the cutting board change is or whatever. I'm like, okay, all right, I can eat this.
It was brisket,
Next time I'm by there. Oh, their brisket,
brisket,
is so good.
chorizo, and a little bit of like regular ground beef
Mm.
in the burrito with cheese.
Their
'Cause
brisket
you
is.
can't have a burrito without cheese.
Well, no.
No. That sounds delicious.
Yup.
I trusted your recommendation. I was a little nervous when I saw it was a burrito. I was like, burritos in Tennessee. I don't know if I trust it.
Yeah, but it's Buc-ee's. It's Bucky's though.
Yes. Yeah.
But you'll need to come out here, Jen, and we'll go shopping at my big one where half the stuff is on sale for like
We might
less
do
than
that.
$10. Yes.
That might happen. I
And
don't
I
know.
have a spare bedroom, so you don't have to go stay somewhere.
Okay.
As long as you don't mind it being his computer room and it is the spare bedroom.
You know.
Yeah.
Hi, baby. I know.
Kitty!
I know.
And you have another McKay's near you, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. The one in Knoxville. Even though they were closed today because it was hotter than the surface of the sun and they don't have air conditioning.
Ugh.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I was gonna bring a box of books and then I was like, oh, it's going up to 96 today. I'm not.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Maybe
Definitely.
next time.
I'm curious how McKay's is doing in the aftermath of their 50th anniversary fiasco.
That was so funny. I'm sorry, but it was funny.
It was, as long as it doesn't, cause any actual damage that like bankrupts them or whatever. That's what I'm worried about. I'm probably catastrophizing.
I think I said it in Jen Sprints. I was like, you're offering people free trading credits. People are going to show up. Books
Yeah.
are expensive.
Right?
$800 worth of trade-in credit? Yeah, I'd take a 500-mile trip for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Exactly. This alone was like almost 30.
I believe it.
I saved money,
Yeah.
so that's why I bought some books.
Snazzy, the fiasco was, okay, so McKay's is a giant used bookstore. And when I say giant, I'm talking about like
Huge.
stores are literally massively huge. I'm gonna pull up a picture while I'm talking. So
Let
there's
me-
five
Yes.
of them.
I can put it this way. I can usually walk most used bookstores. That store I can't walk. I have to put my wheelchair.
Yeah,
It will fall over and
yeah. So
If-
there's
if-
5 of them. They're in Greensboro, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Nashville, Knoxville, and Chattanooga. Hang on a minute.
If you're at all familiar with Costco, I tell people they're like Costco-sized warehouses full of used books.
Yeah,
and some
trying to
other
find
random stuff
pictures
sometimes.
from the inside. I'm trying to find them.
Like the one
Yeah.
time we went in there, there was like used instruments in there. I was like, oh, that's random, but okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got instruments,
Instruments, they've got some Funkos.
movies, they've got videos, they've got music upstairs, they've got
video games. We
just-
found some really good video games.
yeah, all kinds of. Here we go. That's a shot from the upstairs,
Yes.
from one end to the other end of the store.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Please note that Jen said from upstairs, meaning there is an upstairs.
There's an upstairs. So anyway, they decided they had their 50th anniversary celebration, and what they did was they decided to develop basically what the hell's the word I'm looking for?
Passport?
Like a passport stamping.
Yeah, like a road
scavenger
trip
hunt.
thing. And so
Yeah.
when you go to the first store, you get a little passport and you get a stamp. So you go to the second store, you get a second stamp and some prizes. You go to the third store, you get a third stamp and some prizes, which include store credit. You make it to the fourth store, you get another stamp, some more prizes, and some more store credit. You make it to the fifth store, you get another stamp, more prizes, and more store credit. So if you made it to all 5 stores, you got $800 worth of store credit.
Oh, it's worth taking the couple-hour drive. I would have done it. If I knew about it, I would have done it.
It's like I want to say, I think it was like a 5 or 8 hour drive, something like that. It was an all day.
$800 worth of book credit? I would do that.
It was an all-day ordeal for people who managed it, but the problem was that they had literal thousands and thousands of people coming out to do this, and they weren't expecting it. Like, I don't know who underestimated their appeal, but they were not expecting the literal thousands and thousands of people that came out.
Right. Because you consider that, $800 will go far at Barnes & Noble, but McKay's books can start like at a dime.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Snazzy. Very worth it if you're capable of doing the
And
travel.
the most expensive book I think I've ever purchased there was $10.
A lot of people set up like trips with friends. So there'd be 5 or 6 people in one car. And there were the lines were just astronomical.
Yeah.
So people at one point in Knoxville, they had the fire and ambulances out there because people were like falling out from the heat.
And there's not really air conditioning in there. So
yeah, there's not.
That plays add a ton of people with no air conditioning. And ceiling fans, and that's it.
So anyway, they ended up closing. I want to say, I think they closed the Greensboro store. And people just went to another store and were like, I went there, but they were closed. And so they were getting both the stamps. Anyway, I want to say, I think they estimate that they gave away like $1 million in store credit. Something like that. Some ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, which is where I'm concerned, because that's a lot of money for anybody, but especially for a used bookstore. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. It just, they were not expecting it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that they were expecting maybe like 500 people to take advantage of it.
Yeah, well, they mistook in what they were.
Yes.
They underestimated.
I guess they don't realize how many people are book people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a very big deal. Let me see, because the last time I looked, they didn't have final numbers.
My cousin texted me. I guess it made the news back at home too. And he's like, please tell me you weren't there and one of the people that passed out. I was like, no, I was
Let's
not.
see. Has anybody seen final numbers?
Like,
Stazzy says everyone should visit McKay so we can keep them afloat.
oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome. I don't know how I used regular bookstores when I was living back home in Philly, like compared to the bookstores down here.
So the Mebany, which is Greensboro, Mebany. This person says they talked to Mebany last night. Home office said they expected 300 and they got 9,000.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
they undersold massive.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
So if 9,000 people got $800 each,
Yeah, that's a lot of credit.
that's
This person
7 point.
says, I talked to someone in ownership at the Nashville store yesterday, and they were part of the team that came up with the idea. They were sheepish about not realizing how many people would go on the road trip, but they were heartwarmed to find how much the store means to the community. They said they laughed at the idea that even 1,000 people would make the trip, but now estimate there were about 10,000. Don't know if they will know an official tally because many of the systems set in place fell apart along the journey.
I feel bad for the poor workers that were working there.
This person talked to Mebany. They had 1,000 passports and 4,500 people started there. Says here, I've seen estimates ranging from 10 to 25K, including a rumor that Knoxville alone saw 14K before they had to shut down. Don't quote me on this. It's just what I've heard.
I
Yeah,
want
this
to know what
person also says 9,000.
I want to know if they only had 1,000 things. Did they just start stamping random receipts at that point?
Yeah, this person says we got a paper passport in Mebany, and we're lucky enough to get there early enough to score a booklet in Winston-Salem. We did finish and visited all 5 stores. Sarah Harbin says we finished after 11 in Nashville. An employee told me they were planning for 500 and we're past 10K.
That's closer to 8 million than a million in.
Yeah, that's a lot of. Well, where's my calculator?
I'm just surprised because, like,
let's go with the conservative estimate of 9,000 times 800. Yeah, that's $7 million in store credit.
I don't think I could ever spend that much in one trip.
I don't know if I could. Well, not in one trip. I would have to make an effort.
Yeah, that would have to be like,
that's not,
hey, weekly trips.
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be rough. Wow.
This person says we got in line in Mebany at 6:30 and we're in what I called the second horde. We had a better experience than most and were able to make all 5 stops. Going pretty much nonstop to reach Nashville was 13 hours.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I heard.
No.
I heard somebody say they were on a 17-hour road trip. That's just, yeah. Just insane.
That is many, many hours.
I just couldn't imagine because it was one of those 95-degree days. It's like, how many people passed out or got close to passing out? And those places, again, don't have air conditioning. So.
Right.
The one in Nashville does, but it's not very effective.
Yeah. The one in Knoxville does not, and you can tell. Shoot, you walk in there and you're there for 10 minutes and you're dying.
Yeah. The one in Nashville, you can tell when you go through the stacks and you get to that middle lane.
Yeah, that's right where I was like, that hit me in the face.
But when you're in the stacks, you might as well forget it. It's hot.
Yeah.
It is hot in them stacks.
I asked Christine, I'm like, because I'm always hot in general. Like, I just run really hot. I'm like, am I insane or is it really hot in here?
No, it's really hot in there.
Oh, it's hot in here.
It's always hot in there.
Yeah.
Yes, Snazzy, everyone should visit McKay so we can keep them afloat.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And then if you're in smaller areas, there's another bookstore called Mr. K's. It's
Never heard of that one. Never heard of that.
Closer to me. You would like it because it's 3 stories. It's a bunch of stuff. And they have better organization, I feel like.
I mean, I don't complain about the lack of organization at McKay's, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about better organization either.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're better with like subgenres. Like
Yeah.
this is young adult fantasies on this corner. Young
Right.
adult this is on the other corner at the same floor.
Mhm.
Like you don't have to go back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
All YA is
At
on the
McKay's,
second floor.
okay. Yeah, I just accept that I will have to look in all the places it could be if I'm looking for something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you in a bookstore. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's half the fun half the time. You're just like,
I see, and I'm not much of a shopper. So when I go in the store, I'm like, I'm going to look for what I'm looking for. I'm going to find what I'm looking for, and I'm going to get the fuck out.
but sometimes you find stuff while you're looking for other stuff. You're like, ooh, gimme.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes not. But I'm
You found the J.R.R. Tolkien.
I'm not much of a deep dive shopper.
That's
I
fair.
never have been.
That's fair.
So like I'll go through the fantasy section like it's on, I'm gonna dig through everything in the fantasy section, but once I'm done in the fantasy section, I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah,
So,
I would probably be faster if I lived closer where I thought, oh, I can come back in 6 weeks or 6 months or whatever. But it could be actual years before I come back. So I must search for all of the treasures.
All of the things.
Yeah. We went to a Half Price Books in 4th of July weekend, I think. We went to a Half Price Books, which is, of course, nowhere near as good as McKay's.
No.
And I think we were out within like half an hour.
and half price is a damn lie.
Yes, I was good. You literally took the words out of my mouth. I was like, yeah, I basically paid full price for the one book that I bought.
I've been in a half price books. Half price is a lie.
Yes.
It's half price off the cover price, and cover prices are so far marked off up that, by the time you get it, you're basically like $3 cheaper than Amazon on some things.
Yeah.
And if you find something in clearance, great, but otherwise, no, it's
slim
not that much
pickings
cheaper.
usually with like the stuff we read.
Yeah.
In half price.
Yeah, I did find
in a half price books in Nashville. I don't know how the hell they stay open.
I didn't even know there was one out there. Okay.
Yeah, they put one in. It's near the yarn shop. It's near House of Yarn.
Okay.
And I saw it while I was up there with Jazz. And I don't know how the hell they stay open with McKay's.
I went in there, bought one book just to say I'd been in McKay's or been in half price.
Yeah.
While I was in Minneapolis, and that was it.
Yep.
I was killing time between Greg's meetings for work. So I was like right across the street was a half price book. So I was like, let me run across the street and kill some.
Right.
I wasn't even like looking for anything really.
Yeah. I saw a sprayed edge copy of What the River Knows, the Owl Crate edition, when I was in there, and they wanted $50 for it. The whole Owl Crate box is $40 for that.
Yeah.
So it's anyway.
Yeah, the resale purposes on that one are like I'm reselling some of my special editions, but I'm not selling them for crazy above asking price.
Right.
I'm selling them to include shipping in with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's basically, and the only reason the one book's on there for $90 is I put up there 2 extra signed book plates, 2 art prints that came with the book. Like I added the extra stuff.
You can get the entire Fairy Loot box of What the River Knows signed off of Pango for $80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yep. Pre-order the second one though. During the pre-order.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes, I have pre-ordered it. I am thinking about the Together We Burn, which is getting a special edition paperback, and supposed to be having the other characters' POV in some extra scenes.
Okay.
But I have not actually ordered it yet. I'm trying to find out if
it's the newest book from Fonda Lee. I'm excited.
From who?
Fonda Lee. She wrote the Jade City Greenbone Saga. But it's so like not her normal that I'm so excited because she co-wrote it with. It's based on a book or a movie that was done by Bruce Lee, and it was co-written by his daughter. And it's always been like me and my dad's thing of watching Bruce Lee movies ever since I was a kid. So when I saw that, I was like, I have to buy it. I'm like, I have to make my dad read this. My dad doesn't read often, but I'm like, it's Bruce Lee. We're reading this.
Right.
Deal with it. Deal with it. And it's coming out like the week after Christmas. So I'm like, we're buying this.
Perfect.
And it's gonna be like a whole series of like fleshing out the characters from the movie that the movies that he did in like YA book form.
Okay.
That's cool.
What else did I like? Oh, and my friend has another book in her Christmas Tree Farm mystery series that's coming out in November that I picked up.
That Jacqueline Frost?
Yes. It's book 5.
Excellent.
I think it's the last one, but I'm not sure. I have to ask her.
Okay. Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
And
that's the other.
Can actually visit.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go. No,
I was just looking at.
Like, I try to wait until there's a sale because Cozy Mysteries aren't that long.
Yeah.
And they're hardcover, so it's like $30 for like a 300-page book, and I'm just like, I can't. I love you, Julie. I will buy anything you write, but I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're so short, I can't spend that much in a hardcover.
Yeah.
Like if it's a 700-page book, I get it because I can sit with it. I'll finish that book in a day, and that's a testament to her writing. But my goodness.
Yeah. You're like, hey, can I just Venmo you?
The first one in the series,
$10?
The first one in the series, I paid $20 for.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
And 6 years later, I'm paying almost $30.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That sounds about right.
It's not her fault because it's like it's traditionally published. Not her fault. I love you, Julie. Nothing against you, but the prices of books are nuts.
Yes, they really are. They really are.
That's why I don't buy that many anymore, unless it's used.
Yeah. Right. Used is good. Snazzy says they can actually visit both of the North Carolina stores when they go to visit family. So
feel a trip coming on.
Book shopping.
Right.
Yes. This is how we can afford books.
Yeah. And then bringing the books that you no longer want anymore for trading.
Yes.
This is. I still have credit. I have $16 in credit.
I have 78 cents. from the last time I went. I spent $100, but I technically didn't spend any money because it was all credit. So
there you go.
There we go.
We like free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I literally I think I bought a bookmark for 78 cents, and that was.
My friend Maria is coming from Germany. I may have mentioned this once or twice, and we're going to McCase while she's here.
Yay!
So I got to get a box together with some books.
How long is she going to be there for?
About a week. She's coming in on the 8th of August, and then I think she's leaving on the 16th.
Okay.
So she'll be
That'll
here.
Be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yep. Well, it is 20 after 8, and I have to go to bed because I have to be up at 5. So
yeah, we should go.
Yeah,
that is bedtime. I've been up since 3:30. I'm pretty crashed.
Very much. Yeah, it is very much bedtime. So I'm gonna go. It's been fun, even if Alicia did show up.
I know. I tampered it down.
Right? Just break it down completely. Just
Somebody's got to keep Jen in line, so if you can keep showing up, that would be great.
Funny how you think she can keep me in line. Like, I'm not sure where you got that.
I think we just have the same sense of humor, so like we just get along anyway because we have the same sense of humor. That's pretty much it.
Put me in line. Shit. I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all later.
Have a good
Thanks
night,
y'all for coming
everybody.
and hanging out.
Good night. Have a good night.